Hello, I'm Al.
Hi, I'm Janae.
And thank you so much for joining us today for another episode of All Roads Lead To with Al and Janae. Here we are as we are taping this episode. It is the end of the great year 2020.
Yeah. The memorable year.
Unforgettable.
Yeah, unforgettable. That's a good word.
And really unprecedented.
Yes, I think that's a word that came up. We have a neat tradition that you really helped us start of sending out holiday cards every year. And you've been great of accumulating pictures or having family photo shoots and taking our holiday cards, kind of capturing that moment and sending it to our family. And that's always been a joy of mine during this time of year. It's always memorable in the sense that when the children were younger, it was a matter of trying to get them to smile on cue, trying to be sure everyone could, be changed and cleaned and ready for the picture. And so it was, it could be a lot of work.
Yeah, Janae's always been great about making sure if we're going to coordinate, our outfits are coordinated, and she does a great job with that.
I did enjoy that. And so now the children are older and it's more of just kind of a side eye, like, oh, this again, when is it going to be over? And so, but when we look back at them, they've been so much fun. And sometimes we've just decided, we're not going to do the photo shoot. We'll just have a collage of pictures that show, some of the things that we've done, some of the, accomplishments that we've had, particularly with our kids, whether it was sports or activities throughout the year, and just kind of give a glimpse of our year. But this year we did do a photo shoot. It was fun. I enjoyed it. It was kind of more of a casual look. I still like the coordinating, but kind of do a little more casual this year so that everyone is a little bit more inclined.
Again, a tribute to Mickey and Minnie Mouse.
Yay!
So, what we did. Yeah, it was
a PJ
great.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I thought was really neat is that we had all these different options for the form and the style of the card. And it took us kind of out of the box this year, which I thought was really fun. And one of the things that we end up really kind of using the word unprecedented. And these are unprecedented times.
I mean, for real, that 2020, who would have imagined at the beginning of 2020 some of the things that we now know? One of the things is we use the word pandemic. I mean, how many times have we used the word pandemic before 2020? I know I really had not used the word myself. And so now we know what a pandemic is.
It's true, because we've experienced viruses and, outbreaks. But this is on a level that we've never witnessed.
It's gone global.
And the shutdown, the mask wearing, the term quarantine being applied, so broadly. This is just, it's just unreal.
Well, going back to what you just said, I thought about it. I was mentioning to somebody else the other day that if I, as just about a 6 foot tall black man last year, had walked into any place with a mask on, I would have been looked at very suspiciously.
Absolutely.
But now it's just commonplace. You are actually looked at suspiciously if you go into a place and do not have a mask on. And
that is just so amazing how the tables have turned and how quickly this has all happened. And I think there's definitely, there's some pushback and resistance for different parts of this. But I just think the things that we've assumed and kind of have become commonplace or more familiar, how that has changed in this year has just really, really been, it's just been baffling. I think the other thing that I'm sensing now as we're coming towards the close of the year is just, 2020 itself, the year itself has just seemed to really be desire to just kind of, let's just, get it over with. Let's move on. And when we do, we can kind of get back to new normal. Like new normal is on the other side of 2020. And I think maybe it's just because I don't want to, get my hopes up. But I just feel like in a sense that this is a new normal. And a lot of the things that we're experiencing will continue in different forms. And I just don't know that ending 2020 is going to be the answer. So I think I really try to find beauty for ashes along the way, so that I'm not looking for a date or for a time for something to kind of transform, but that I can really try to do that daily. And that really has been something that I've tried to challenge myself to do throughout this year.
And I've tried to think of 2020, what have I learned? What have I gained from 2020? And one of the things that I personally have gained is really something that I really have been wanting for the longest time, which was just an adjustment to my schedule at least, and our
Yes.
family schedule.
Yes.
We're family. We rip and run here and there all the time. But 2020, because of the conditions with the pandemic, it kind of forced us all to slow down. And one of the memories that we have on our card this year are a couple of things that we were able to do because of being in quote unquote quarantine. So one of the things we were able to do was have Uno games.
You were calling them Uno Wars.
Uno Wars. Uno Wars.
Yeah, absolutely.
Uno Wars. I mean, I love my family. I love my wife. I love my children. But those things, sometimes they got down to be straight up war.
They start getting very intense. You
Yeah.
are the preeminent winner of our family games. Almost no matter what it is, you generally win. So
All
we're
I do
all
is
trying.
win.
We all kind of try to take you out. But this was also the thing of old school versus new school, because
Yeah.
the kids kept introducing new rules and options, and it was like,
Maybe we
no.
should have an episode about new school rules versus old school
Okay.
rules in games, because this thing got pretty serious
It did.
after a while. But yeah, that's one of the things we did, and it ended up being fun, and
It
we
has.
played sometimes multiple times throughout the day, and one more game.
Right. Trying to get that win.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed our family times. I think we've been able to revive family dinners in
Yeah.
a way. We've often been moving kind of ships in the night sometimes, and just being able to everyone come together, everyone pitching in, and that's been really fun. And I baked my own birthday cake this year.
Excellent.
That
Excellent.
was fun. So we've
Great
been
job.
baking some treats and doing some things, just to, I think that those types of things really have been a part of the joys that have come out of
Yeah.
this. And I think it helped us, at least it's helped me, to just really focus on what's most important.
Yeah.
And it's been great to have the opportunity to do that. There's been so much that's changed for me. I think there's a lot that I'm looking forward to for progress and for growth, but the connections and really taking time out for those who matter most
Yeah.
has been something that I've really been thankful for.
I mean, through it all, I would have never wanted or prayed for a pandemic at all. But through it all, I have truly enjoyed every day and every moment that we have shared together. This year, it's forced us to be in the same space, and sometimes everybody has kind of wanted their own space
That has been
at certain times. But I would not trade a day of what we have been able to experience together. Again, would not want a pandemic or any disaster or anything to happen to cause that. But we've been able to kind of make lemonade out of the lemons that have been given to us.
Absolutely. And I think part of what has caused us to focus on that is the fragility of life. I think
Yeah.
we've really been confronted with just how fragile life is, and really trying to make each moment count, because
Yes.
we've experienced loss this year.
We have experienced some loss. So along with lessons learned, we have also experienced some loss. We're going to take a break right now, but when we come back, we're going to talk about some of the people who we've lost this year that have impacted us along the road of life.